Hey, YouTube world, there's Kirkpatrick. Thanks for stopping by. God bless you. It's hard to keep a black guitar clean. Anyhow, gee, I had a story hit me today. It's not an old story. It's just something happened here pretty recently. Anyway, I was out in Oklahoma, and normally I stay in this place, Rocky Point Cabins. Yeah. This one particular trip, though, I couldn't. They's booked up. It was one of the spur of the moment things. Fish is biting, you got to go. So, anyhow. So I had to stay in a big old fancy motel downtown Sulphur. It's also a casino. And a nice place, top drawer place. Anyway, I was on the elevator and the guy come in real quick there. And I'd already put 4th floor. And I said, what floor? Oh, yeah, 4 is fine. That's where I'm headed. Said, okay. So you know how things get deathly quiet on the elevator. So he says, "Where are you from?" Oh, all right. I said, "Georgia." Yeah. He said, "What kind of business you in?" I said, "Pest control." And I was looking at him. I could tell he worked at in housekeeping crew or security or maybe both. Maybe it is. Anyway, he said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "What's the weirdest thing you ever seen in the pest control business?" There's a young man here, about 26. He's a talkative little feller. So I said, "Well, the weirdest thing I ever seen was a guy that was raising roaches in his house to eat them. I've seen it." I said, "What, you work here?" Yeah. I go inspect the rooms when the girls clean them and everything. And I said, "Well, what's the weirdest thing you ever seen?" He said, weirdest thing I ever seen was I went in a room and walked in and seen the bed, and there's a woman sitting in the bed naked. And I scared me and started turning around, and she didn't move, didn't do nothing. I thought to myself, well, a woman gonna scream or, say, well, WTF, what's going on? So I noticed she didn't move, and I looked. There's one of them lifelike dogs sitting in the bed naked. I said, "Man, that must have been a trip." He said, "Oh, yeah, it was a real trip." Yeah. 2 girls had that room, too. I said, "Oh, boy, yeah, okay." He said, what you here for, fishing?" I said, "Yeah, we're fishing. We're going to fish Arbuckle." Arbuckle? I said, "Yeah." "Well, there's some better lakes around here." I said, "No. We know Arbuckle. We fished it enough. We know it. We come to town and clean up, and everybody gets ticked at us." I said, "While we was at the nap store a while back, too, and we caught 86, fish. I was in there trying to get a part for Roger's camper one time. And they said, y'all but full of BS. But come out here and look." They're 2 ice chests full of brim. Tore them up. Anyhow, I said, "That's what we down here for." I said, he said, "What's the biggest fish you ever caught out there?" I said, "Oh, no, man. Better caught a sand bass or something, around 2 pounds. He never caught nothing big." I said, "But these, half, 3/4 pound and a half brim, ain't nothing going. Ain't no better fight. You can get a lot of action too." I said, "What's you fish?" He said, "Yeah, I fished Arbuckle before." I said, "Well, what's your biggest fish or fish story?" And the elevator said, "Ding." Door opened up. We both got out. You know, it kind of changes the dynamic for a minute. And he said, well, if you got a minute, I'll tell you. I said, yeah. Yeah, so we, nice hotel. When you get off the elevator, there's a couple of couches over there. So we just went over there and sit on those couches. Yeah, got these nice coffee tables. There's a girl that come around every so often to see if you want any water or coffee. Man, I love them nice motels. Anyhow, Buddy's over there snoring. Anyhow, so we sat there and he said, yeah, he said, I was fishing Arbuckle and I was fishing a spinnerbait. And I was throwing it up, you know, there's a bank of rocks there. I said, yeah, I know, there's a lot of different. He said, I was fishing one of them banks of rocks. I threw it up there, right at the banks of rocks. And I was running out across it was like an edge that formed a point. Yeah, and I was running across there. I said, yeah. He said, and I caught, you know, a little small pound and a half bass. I kept fishing that point. When I threw it up there on the rocks, I hit the rocks and I hit this bird. And it got hung up on the hook on the spinnerbait. A little small bird. He said, I jerked it and hit the water. I tried, you know, I thought, oh man, this. So I started reeling it in. He said, I didn't reel it in 4 foot. And all of a sudden, whoa. Yep. Said I caught a 7.5 pound bass out of Arbuckle. That's a big bass out of Arbuckle. I said, yeah, it is. That's a big bass. Said, yeah, that's how. That's what I'm doing. I said, all right. I said, well, I'm gonna head to my room now. Nice meeting you. He said, yeah, nice meeting you. This is my summer job. I said, oh, really? So where are you going? He said, I'm going to OU. So what you studying? He said, I'm studying everything I can figure, you know, study. I said, oh, you don't have a major? He said, I think that's what holds a lot of people back in college is they have to get a major. I'm going to learn it all, and then whatever sinks in later on, I'll apply that and I'll make a living. Yeah, I met a really interesting young man that day. Yeah, I did. I wrote his name down, and I've been checking on him every now and then. And he's still in college, doing good. And yeah, there's good people out there, folks. Help them when you can. There's Kirkpatrick. God bless you. Adios.